When I was 8 years old, I lost my father to suicide. And when I was becoming Catholic, I found myself reading this section of the Catechism over and over, really wondering one question: is my father in heaven? Hi, I'm Sister Josephine Garrett, and this is Ascension Presents. I'm a licensed professional counselor. I'm a sister of the Holy Family of Nazareth. In my ministry as a counselor, I specialize in work with children and teens, and I also specialize in work with survivors of trauma. And so in many cases, I've come face to face with the experience of suicide. I remember one day I was driving from Dallas to Tyler, and I crossed under an overpass and saw someone's face facing me. And as I got through the overpass, it dawned on me what that meant. And so I exited as quickly as I could. I turned around and came back to the overpass. I pulled up and I asked this question: which can help save a life? It's really very simple. Are you thinking of killing yourself? When I asked that young man that question, he quickly looked away from me. And I asked him to look at me again, and I asked him again, are you thinking of killing yourself? And he said, I don't know. Here's why that question can help save lives. Because it takes a really painful, shame-filled reality that's on the inside, and it puts it on the outside, which makes it feel more manageable and able to cope with. So when someone is thinking about wanting to harm themselves, kill themselves, or end their life, one of the reasons they're having that experience is because of extreme, overwhelming emotional pain. They're not sure when it's going to end. We were able to get that young man off that overpass that day and get him safe that day. So how can we support those who are having this experience? First, we have to put aside our need to feel comfortable in relationships and ask hard questions. Also, to let them know that the emotions that they're feeling, the overwhelming and painful emotions that they're feeling, will not be permanent. Just as sure as it is that emotions come, they eventually will go. Even if they come again, no emotion is permanent. I want to read for you from the Catechism of the Catholic Church about suicide before answering your question, is this a sin? It's a question that I've asked myself many times. I've read these 4 paragraphs of the Catechism of the Catholic Church many times because I lost my own father to suicide when I was 8 years old. And so I think there's so much more beneath this question: is suicide a sin? I think beneath this question is, will I meet Jesus? Will I go to heaven? Have my loved ones met Jesus? Have my loved ones gone to heaven? Do my loved ones know mercy? Do they know peace? Are they free from emotional pain? This is Catechism paragraph 2280. Everyone is responsible for his life before God, who has given it to him. It is God who remains the sovereign master of life. We are obliged to accept life gratefully and preserve it for his honor and the salvation of our souls. We are stewards, not owners, and of the, We are stewards, not owners. We are stewards, not owners, of the life God has entrusted to us. It is not ours to dispose of. Suicide contradicts the natural inclination of the human being to preserve and perpetuate his life. It is gravely contrary to the just love of self. It likewise offends love of neighbor because it unjustly breaks the ties of solidarity with family, nation, and other human societies to which we continue to have obligation. Suicide is contrary to love for the living God. If suicide is committed with the intention of setting an example, especially to the young, it also takes on the gravity of scandal. Voluntary cooperation in suicide is contrary to the moral law. Grave psychological disturbances, anguish, or grave fear of hardship, suffering, or torture can diminish the responsibility of the one committing suicide. We should not despair of the eternal salvation of persons who have taken their own lives. By ways known to him alone, God can provide the opportunity for salutary repentance. The Church prays for persons who have taken their own lives. The hard answer to your question is yes. What is sin? Sin is something that pulls us further away from God. And so suicide is a sin. It's okay to ask the question, but as often as you ask it, I want to encourage you to pray, to ask Jesus Christ that you can trust in Him and trust in His mercy, to pray for your loved ones as the Catechism of the Church teaches us to do, and to have faith that God's ways are far above our ways and His mercy is far beyond our understanding. God bless.